I'm going to do some testing on this microwave. I found it in the skip, so I don't know what's up with it, but we'll have a look. First of all, I'll check the mains incoming cable. They connect to the live pin. Bring my multimeter in as well. I'll just set it to continuity though so you can hear it. Helps if you plug your cables in first. So live to live. Check this side as well. That tests the fuse, so we know that all fuses are good. Neutral as well. There's your neutral. That's good. May as well check the earth, even though that won't affect it running, but that's good. So we checked all the mains incoming. So the mains then jumps across this thermal cutout. So while we're here, I might as well test that. So we know that works. Cable out of the way. Just make sure you can see everything. So we tested the board. This got a board on it. It's got some varistors and a coil of wire, a winding, an inductor, which is just for filtering and just protecting the mains incoming. So we've gone through that. That goes down to the board, the neutral. We've got a light bulb here. We'll just check that for continuity. Not that it's going to affect the running, but might as well check it while you're here. So this has 142 ohms. So that's good. Right then. I'll just change this black lead. Change both. We're going to check the micro switches on the door, so you just want to push them in. Some of them sound straight away, so it's, and then when you open the door, it should turn off. We check all three micro switches. That one actually comes on when you open it, so some of them are different just to give you extra protection. As long as they turn on and off when you open the door, you know they're working. So that's it really. This relay then sends power down to the primary winding. So this relay could go, but on this one it's alright, so I don't really want to do any live testing, so just going to test the primary winding. So I'm going to pull the wires off, or at least up. I'll swap leads again. So that's reading 3.4 ohms. So the primary upside of the windings are good. Put the cables back on. I'll just check the Magnetron wires. That's low ohm reading, so that means that's good. The Magnetron, I forgot what it's called for a second. So just so we tested that now, so let's move on to the high voltage side. You pull that off, there's one pin at the top, and it says on it 5 kilovolts, so very high power. In fact, I should have mentioned that at the start. I've already done this obviously, but when you first start, shove your pliers in like that and discharge the capacitor. At 5,000 volts that could hurt. So on this one you just touch it, connect your high voltage terminal, touch the side of the transformer, I'm getting no reading there, so I'm going to try at the earth terminal where as the bolt comes through, that's reading 175, so they usually range between 90 and 200, so that's the high voltage connection good. So I'll push that one on, get it out of the way. So now just find the ends of these two. There's one end of the transformer to the other. So I'll test between them two. Test the secondary windings. So there you go, 0.8. That's pretty good. Let's put these wires on before I forget where they come from. So now I'm going to pull these wires off. Set your meter to read capacitance and measure between the two terminals. So there you go, it's reading just under 0.98 microfarad, so just under 1 microfarad. So that's good. So what we tested the incoming board, thermal cutout. First of all we shorted and made sure that the capacitor was discharged. We tested the light bulb. You can test this relay, because if the relay don't turn on it won't send power to the primary side. And also if one of these micro switches don't work, they also send power to the primary side. So we tested the primary side, the secondary side, the high voltage and the capacitance of the capacitor. You've got a high voltage diode here. This is what's gone on this. I've tested it both ways and I cannot get a reading, so I've tested it on diode mode both ways. And on high ohms reading both ways. So I think the diode's gone on this. To test the motor windings, you can just clip on that. So make sure there's no shorts on the motor. That's a good reading. So that's about it. Tested everything. We tested the Magnetron. I haven't tested the relay, but you could do that. Primary, secondary sides, high voltage, the capacitance, fan motor, thermal cutout and the light bulb.